Hi, my name is Gabriel Collins, and I am going to discuss basically some changes that the Apple has made to its code of conducts over the past recent years. So we're going to start off with Apple Incorporation Code of Conduct was first introduced in the year 2005. So I mean, it's been quite some time ago, and in between back then and now, there has been a lot of changes because of like companies they change within time because of either for the good or for the bad. But with Apple, as you know, it's like nowadays they're like very competitive and they have a really good workforce and good employees that works with them. And the reason why is that because they have to adapt, over a certain period of time, and they ran upon some issues and through some bad situations. And but as you know, something like they've overcame all those bad situations to the point where now they're like one of the best companies to work for. So now, well, back in the days, they were doing audits in person, because I mean, when it's a computer, I mean, it's going to say, there might be something out on the shelf, maybe some bolts or a screen or something like that. But then when you rely on technology, stuff, it's that tendency to messing up. So now they go out there and they have teams of people. They actually go out there and they audit all these locations, these buildings, to make sure that there's an accurate count on hand of what they have. Because I mean, being a customer, if you want something, you ordered something, maybe partial shipment of from a phone or something like that, and you only get in, let's say you ordered 4 bolts or something like that, and you only got in 2. Well, now you can't complete your project. You can't finish the phone because you got some stuff missing. So that's why they actually have to go out there and do a physical audit nowadays, just to make sure that they have the correct amount that they had ordered. Also, in the past, Apple has been under scrutiny for not treating their employees ethically, related to underage workers, below standard wages, and forced labor. So basically, that's with every company. Same, back in 2005. I mean, people weren't being treated right. They weren't getting correct pay. So nowadays, it's getting to the point where like they make sure that people are getting the right pay, because they have specific people who monitor those reports and financials and stuff like that. That way, the companies they don't get I'm not gonna say like taken out, but basically so they don't get sued for not paying their people what they're supposed to and treating them the way they're supposed to. Come at like you got age that plays part, because some people they can climb ladders, some can't. The background, what I'm saying, people come from different backgrounds, so they there's a bunch of things they can't really hammer on people. You got to treat everybody the same. But back in the day, back in 2007, 2008, there were multiple claims of people getting treated unfair just because of their age, their sex, and the race. So, and nowadays, they have to fill the paperwork, and once you get hired, you cannot be discriminated. And plus, if you do, get harassed, discriminated because any other, anything related to yourself, your background, whatever it is, then you can file a report against that and make the company look bad. And I've ran into a scenario where I had a dude that he had did that to a company. They were discriminating him just because of his color and stuff like that, and they wind up getting a lawsuit, and the dude had won. So, and it still happens to this day. But back in like 2005 when it first started, that's the reason why they had to start this code of conduct, because it was getting pretty bad. Let's see. Some of the audits also consisted of people that were looking at the work staff to ensure that they are qualified for the position. Because some people, they get up there and they claim they're fully like good to go, but then yet when they're in the workforce and you try and get them to do some work, as you notice, some people they're like, well, my back hurts, my leg hurts, what I'm saying? So they wait until after they get to the job. So that's why they have people to go out there and they look at these people and make sure that they're not trying to come to the company already hurt and try to file a claim against Apple, stuff like that. So now Apple's had that in the past. So now they get cameras, they get security, and they got like I said, they got hired people walk around, make sure this stuff doesn't happen to them again. And also back in the day, another thing they had changed was I guess shots and stuff like that. People, women coming up pregnant, stuff like that. So they made a change for the employees who were basically getting screened for like any kind of viruses and stuff like that, also pregnancy. And nowadays, I mean, like they give you leave, maternity leave and stuff like that when you're pregnant, when the baby's about happen, stuff like that. So they really can't not hire you just because you're pregnant or you don't have some of these vaccines, because nowadays, like, they ask you these questions in these forms before you get the job. That way you either you're caught up on your stuff, or when you get to the company, usually the company they'll pay for it before they before they have to make sure they have a good employee. You know what I'm saying? Come in, they just don't want to spend money on people who are just gonna go in there, just collect benefits and then just basically quit or get out and just get paid. So, and that basically wraps